Well, there are many mystics who, of course, are famous for their miraculous powers and visions. If you read Teresa of Avila's famous life, you see lots of very special experiences, and certainly these forms of special grace are an important part of the mystical tradition. But the major mystics, and even Teresa and John of the Cross, say these are special gifts from God. They're not the core of what mysticism is, which is deeper sense of God and therefore deeper love of God and love of neighbor. Very popular mystic today is Julian of Norwich, English woman of the early 15th century, late 14th, early 15th century, who had a series of marvelous visions. She was dying. She has a series of visions of Christ on the cross, and she recovers, and she meditates on these visions for the rest of her life. She writes a short account, and then many years later she writes a long account of what the meaning of those visions of Christ on the cross actually was. But she recognizes that, and she says in one of the chapters, she says, I'm not important because I've had visions. Many other Christians are much closer to God who didn't have these visions. But God gave me the visions, and therefore on the basis of the visions, I've been meditating on what they mean about the love of God, about the love of Jesus crucified. So the mystics, almost universally, maybe not quite so, say visions, special experiences, miraculous powers, etc. These are special gifts of God, but they're not the core of what mysticism really is. They're like the icing on the cake, to use one of our analogies.